Hi, welcome. My name is Renata. I am a writer from Porto Alegre in Brazil. Um, and this is the first video of this channel where I will show you a little bit about the everyday particularities of writing and finding your way as a full-time artist and writer in Brazil, which is a very hard thing. So for this first video, I'm gonna show you a little bit of my routine in the everyday, which consists of many different things. As I've said before, I am a full-time writer, but that includes many different things beyond just writing. Mainly, I work as a teacher, so that is a big part, a big chunk of my day. But I have these few things that I need to accomplish today, and I'm gonna bring you along. So yesterday I finished this project. I should have filmed it, but I started today. I finished this book, which is a novel in verse. It's called, I'm gonna try to translate it, but it won't be the same thing. The translation would be Her Name is Yesterday, and it's a novel about PTSD and a day that happens every day, and where a grown-up version of someone tries to save the child that she was every single day, and every single day she fails. It's a very potent book, and today I'm gonna start writing a project to ask for funding for the production of this book, which is one of the best ways to receive money from arts in Brazil, because just by selling books and getting contracts with publishing companies, it's very hard. So I'm gonna ask for funding for this book. So I'm gonna have to start writing the project for this funding. I'm also writing another novel, which is called Kairos, which is one of the Greek words for time that is different from Chronos. Kairos is a time of opportunity, a time of synchronicity, and it's a surrealist book where this character that has no memories suddenly appears in a house made of flesh, and this house breathes and it's alive, and this place is habitated by a bunch of weird creatures, very schizophrenic creatures that all have this main mystery that they keep asking our character, which is what happened to the sun, because the sun has gone missing, and the rumor is that the sun was eaten by time itself, and time itself is a flea that eats the flesh of the house. So I'm gonna continue writing on this project. It's also on the last parts of it. I also need to what's the word, divulgar. I need to market. What do you call when you need to tell people about your work? I'm organizing a soirée on this next Saturday, and I need to call people to bring more people to read their poetry in the events. I also need to define the bibliography of the articles that I need to write for my master's program. I'm a master's student of literary criticism and theory. So in these summer vacations, I have 4 articles to write. No, I had 5 articles. One I've already done. So my main focus of research is intersemiotic translation, and the article that I'm going to focus today is the intersemiotic translation of this song by P2, which adapts Claude Debussy, Clair de Lune. So I'm gonna define the bibliography for this article. I also need to study. I have these objectives to study every day, which I do, and I usually have different types of readings that I do every day. I can't read only one single book because I get bored, so I need to read different genres. So today I'm reading this Literatura and Música, Literature and Music by Solange Ribeiro de Oliveira. This is for the article that I'm writing. I'm rereading for the 1000th time The Pleasure of the Text by Roland Barthes. I'm obsessed with this book. And fiction and poetry wise, I'm reading The Picture of Dorian Gray. And also I'm rereading for the millionth time the poems of Alberto Caeiro from Fernando Pessoa. Beyond that, I need to pay this other post-graduation course that I'm doing this specialization in Brazilian literature, and I'm gonna have to organize the rehearsal of my band because I also have some musical projects, and my band is gonna play on a festival this Carnaval, and we need to rehearse a way lot more if we're gonna present ourselves in a huge stage. So I'm gonna start the day now, and you're welcome to come with me and follow along. So in my novel, I've stopped in this part where there is a lot of dialogue, and I confess that I still don't know actually what to do with it because I didn't plan a finish for this book. It started very intuitively. I started writing by hand after receiving my astrological birth chart from another astrologist. I'm an astrologer as well. So I've started writing on a notebook this story, and I didn't plan for the end, but I'm in a chapter where the character is. I'm gonna try to translate it at the beginning of the chapter, but first I'm gonna read it in Portuguese so you can hear the sound of it, because sound is very important in my writing. It's important that it feels good on the tongue when you read it out loud. O quarto é uma casa, há um pai, uma mãe, um filho. O pai é o velho, dobrador de ácidos. A mãe é uma freira santa com a carne em chagas. O filho assiste pornografia escondido no canto da sala. Com licença. Ah, estranha. Seja bem-vinda, diz o velho. Não sou estranha por essas partes, não, retruco. Pensei que quisesse esquecer, menino. Não dê bola ao meu marido, vossa majestade. Ele gosta de provocar as pessoas, mas no fundo é um pote de manteiga. A mãe me puxa pelo braço até o filho, um adolescente espinhento e com olheiras profundas. Este é o Gabriel, meu filho. E aí, diz o guri. Oi. Gabriel, conta para vossa majestade sobre seus estudos. Ah, eu gosto de psicologia. É? E o que seria isso? Ora, o estudo da mente. Mente? Basicamente, o estudo da casa. Now I'm gonna try to translate it. I don't know if it will be good in English, but it will be a very informal translation. So, quarto é The room was a house. There was a father, a mother, and a son. The father is the old man, the bender of acid. The mother is a saint nun with the flesh, with the burning flesh. The son watches pornography hidden in the corner of the room. Excuse me. Oh, stranger, welcome, says the old man. No, I'm not a stranger in these parts, no, I answer. I thought you wanted to forget, girl. Oh, don't give too much credit for my husband, Your Majesty. He likes to tease people, but in the deep he's a cup of butter. The mother pulls me from my arm to the son, a teenage boy with a lot of pimples and deep, dark circles under his eyes. This is Gabriel, my son. Hi, says the boy. Hi. Gabriel, tell Our Majesty about your studies. Oh, I like psychology. Yeah, and what would that be? Well, the study of the mind. The mind, basically the study of the house. So, yeah, the mind is the house. And I'm gonna try to continue on writing this part. I have a few more things beyond that, but I still don't know how I'm gonna finish this chapter and this book, because the sun is about to return and what comes with that. I need to think about what I want to say with the novel. The text is an object, it's a fetish object, and this fetish desires me. It's so beautiful. I can't even articulate on it, but I'm obsessed with this book. Outro autor. Instituição, o autor está morto. Sua pessoa civil, passional, biográfica, desapareceu, desapossada. Já não exerce sobre sua obra a formidável paternidade que a história literária, o ensino, a opinião tinham o encargo de estabelecer e de renovar a narrativa, mas no texto, de uma certa maneira, eu desejo o autor. Tenho necessidade de sua figura, que não há nem sua representação, nem sua projeção, tal como ele tem a necessidade da minha, salvo no tagarelar. Nossa. So, as many artists, I'm kind of prone to procrastination. Gladly, many times my procrastination comes in the form of new poetry. So I was here writing about frisson, which is this experience of contrast that lifts up your I don't know the name, your fur, I don't know the name of it. I think the name in English is chills. Some things that give you the chills, and I'm really enjoying it. And I think it's really interesting that sometimes I say that I'm a writer and a poet, and it may seem like a pleonasm, like it's the same thing, like a poet is also a writer, but a writer is a form of craft and work, and to be a poet is kind of a thing that comes from within you. It's something that you cannot avoid doing. It's just something that flows through you and you can't stop it. So that's that. I've been interrupted by poetry in the way, and it's really getting really beautiful. Hi, it's just after lunch, and now I have 4 relatively long poems that I used to procrastinate on the things that I actually needed to do. But I was just answering some emails, talking with a client that I'm doing some ghostwriting for, and now let me see what I have to do. I'm gonna work a little bit more on my novel since I'm trying to avoid the marketing of my soirée. So I'm studying the project that a friend of mine wrote to the same funding, and because he already passed on it, it looks very, how do you say, very complex, but at the same time it's actually simple. A bunch of these things I've already done. Let me see. I've done most of the what you call the part where you say how much things will cost. So this is what I have until now, and I also have, let me see, this is another thing. Some of the things that I'm gonna need, like a briefing. The project, her name is Yesterday, consists on the publication of a book from the genre novel in verse that talks about the importance of protection of the childhood against sexual abuse and the consequences of childhood trauma in adult life. So this is the social give backs, and now I need to start writing the Ficha Técnica, which is the curriculum of every person working on the project. Most of it, it's not me that's gonna write it. I'm gonna have to ask for the professionals' curriculum, but I'm very excited about it, and the numbers that I used kind of scare me. It's way a lot more money than I'm used to seeing in real life, but it would be so perfect because it would give me like a year of freedom and safety to work on my art. So I'm really hoping for this project to give me this funding. O que você quer? Como assim? Assim que você quer?
Te amo.
Que pressão. Eu estou me sentindo muito pressionado
Fala
neste
inglês.
momento. Mas esse público norte-americano deveria aprender a beleza da sonoridade da nossa língua.
É verdade. But talk to them in English, just a little bit.
Eu não, eu me recuso.
Mas
Aprendam
tu é
português.
inglês.
Aprendam.
Tu é inglês.
Aprendam.
Então aqui é o colonizador.
Aprendam.
Aprendam.